I was actually telling someone ke Coolie No. 1 के songs are going to ace it in every wedding. मतलब public पागल होके नाचने वाली.
Which is Heaven on the Docks, man. Whiskey on the Rocks, man. तो वो एक बनाते हैं उनका. And he's just on his feet. He's so alert. You know, because I'm home, I actually want to show you something that Mirchi sent for me. I just want to show it to you.
What a cute bobblehead.
Yeah. So I actually got this when I tested positive for COVID, and this was one of the first gifts that I got, and it was really, really sweet. And I remember कि मेरे room के बाहर ये रखा गया था, और I saw, and I really appreciate this. So thank you, Radio Mirchi, for doing this.
Yeah, coming back to Coolie No. 1 and what a rage it's going to be also. Now because this is Coolie No. 1, I have a quick number one sort of a question that I want to ask. You can answer, you can choose to not answer. It's absolutely your call. You're Varun Dhawan, you're the star of the country. Your number one David Dhawan film?
Swarg.
Your number one co-actor?
My number one co-actor. Oh, this is a very tough one that you asked. Can I name two people?
Okay.
So obviously, I'd say Alia and me have had such great camaraderie, and we share such good chemistry, which translates. So obviously, she'd be one of them for sure. And I think the next one would be the person that I actually really enjoyed, and this was in a different phase of life of mine while acting, was Anushka Sharma, who I had a great time working with and got to learn so much from her. She won't like me saying that I got to learn from her, because we are pretty much the same age. She likes to pretend that she's younger than me. Okay, she is. But yeah, she's amazing. She's a darling. Yeah.
Super. Your number one writer?
Number one writer, very, I'm going to have two very distinct answers for this also, because I've worked in different types of cinemas, and nobody can probably give this answer. It's really weird, but obviously Farhad Samji, he cracks me up with his lines, so he's pretty cool. And actually, even Shashank Khaitan comes into this, because he writes his own dialogues and screenplay, and Shashank is amazing. Shashank is just amazing. And then it would be Juhi Chaturvedi.
Nice. Your number one weather, Varun?
The beach, sunny day on the beach.
Okay. Your number one spice, what do you like in your food?
Pepper, black pepper.
Your number one spot in the city?
Number one spot is Juhu Beach.
Number one Ghana of this film? It's going to be a tough one because I like most of the songs.
Honestly, I think I love the original song, the songs Husna Suhana and Mirchi. I love them, and I love Mirchi also. But I think it'd be Teri Bhabhi Khadi.
Number one, kiski mimicry Varun Dhawan does best? Of course, you've done a lot of Mithun sir. If number one, like one person's mimicry that you do.
Anil Kapoor sir, Anil uncle, he's amazing. Anil sir, before when I just started working with him, like one thing really stuck in my head is like, well, you just need to know the lines. Just get the lines. Keep the lines in your mouth. Keep your mouth. And just know the lines better than your mother. Know the lines better than your mother. 50,000 take karega bhai. 50,000. Wow. बोलो नहीं 3 दिन लगेगा सीन के 3 दिन करेगा चमा टिका के करेगा फाड़
only face is different, everything is the same. This is uncanny.
He's amazing.
I'm sure.
Just beep everything else.
Number one thing about Sara Ali Khan, if you had to choose of it.
Number one thing.
Number one.
She's a very emotional person. Like she can cry at a drop of a hat. Like she can just cry like this. She's very emotional.
Obviously, we've already seen the epic version, and
obviously
there is this version, which is of course again by the same epic director and everything. How are you going to combat with the kind of expectations people sort of have?
The movie has been made to put a smile on people's faces. That's it. That's the idea of when you're making a mass masala film, and the film was made. क्योंकि ये एक मसाला फिल्म है. Obviously जब ये फिल्म बनी थी तो we had theaters in mind. हमें सब लगा था कि सब कुछ ठीक होगा, and you're keeping, and it is a mass film. It is a film which is aimed at entertaining audiences in tier 2, tier 3, B and C centers, what we call the Hindi belt, the audience that drives cinema, where the big numbers come from the box office. It was made for that.
Yeah.
Honestly, nobody expected a pandemic to take place. So I just find it very amusing when I get messages कि यार ये theater में देखनी थी, यार ये होना चाहिए था, यार अरे यार होना तो चाहिए था, but मतलब मुझे भी कोविड नहीं होना चाहिए था ना, but मुझे भी हो गया ना, तो मतलब that's all I can say. You know, I love theaters, and every film that I'm making henceforth is for the theaters.
Yes.
But the situation is not in anyone's control right now. So
yeah.
I mean, I just hope that now when it comes out on 25th of December, Christmas, people can watch it and people can just enjoy themselves and laugh. And it's that full time pass film. And if you're going to go in looking for logic in this film, then I mean, then मतलब हम लोग ने बनाई नहीं उसके वजह से ना. It's a masala film.
लॉजिक क्यों ढूंढ रहे हो? खुशी ढूंढो, खुशी मिल रही है.
Honestly, I was discussing this, I don't know with whom that day, but when the original Coolie No. 1 came out also, so many critics tore into it. And it's so funny now to see these people. Like a lot of pseudo intellectuals now will say कि नहीं यार वो ऐसा था, वो वैसा था. भाई जब वो निकला था तभी आप लोगों ने बोला था, तभी कपड़ों का मजाक उड़ाते थे, तभी आप बोलते थे ये बहुत टैकी है या बहुत मासी है. So it doesn't really matter to me actually what matters to me is what जनता says, honestly. जनता जो बोलती है वो सर आंखों पर.
So everyone you have like has also brought us to this entire concept where in this movie the matlab dhurandhar actors, there's Paresh Rawal sir, there's Rajpal Yadav, there's Javed Jafri sir, you know, and in sabki comic timing baap hai Varun Dhawan. So I want to ask you, did you have the jitters? What was the anticipation or the anticipation killed you? Matlab jab aap jaate the set pe, what exactly was it working with these guys?
See, I've worked with Rajpal sir and Johnny sir before. To do lines first time with Paresh Rawal was a bit unnerving.
Yeah.
I mean, the first dialogue when I did, you know, with him, and unka jo sur hai wo fat se he catches the sur, and he's just like, you know, he's unbelievable. And he's playing a Christian character. Unka ek takya kalam hai, which is very meme worthy and which has become, a lot of memes are there on that already, which is heaven on the docks, man, whiskey on the rocks, man. So ek banate hai unka. And he's just on his feet. He's so alert. Paresh Rawal is amazing to work with. I have to tell you, Prerna, he's such a beautiful human being. And बहुत मजा आता है उनके साथ काम करके. I'll be honest. It's just so easy. मतलब you can't say also कि ये इंसान ने 500 फिल्म की होगी पहले या इतना experienced actor है. And I'm a big fan of Paresh Rawal. Like I'm guessing we all are.
Now, I want to ask you, Varun, you have done an array of films. ना मतलब हर प्रकार की फिल्म की आपने, चाहे romance हो, चाहे you know, there's Badlapur, there's October. October was mind blasting. And then there are masala films also that you have been a part of. Masala film is a difficult one to do, or the serious one is a more difficult one to do? Which is more difficult for you as an actor?
That's a good question. What I like doing. Honestly, my personal choices are really off. It's like bizarre. Honestly, like the stuff that I consume or watch, it's just bizarre. I've grown up obviously on that 90s cinema. I've grown up on it, so I admire it, I worship it, and henceforth that's why I wanted to do it, you know, because it's very challenging. Imagine how challenging it is for me to do a film which Govinda has done. You know, he's like the god of acting, what Govinda has done. So it was a challenge, that's why I took it up. But definitely doing an October, doing Badlapur, doing Sui Dhaga, these have been very tough films. They're tough to crack for me. But you know what makes them tough? Is that when you're coming from a Judwa and going into an October. When you're coming from an October and you're going into a Coolie No. 1. So the energy shift, that's difficult.
Moving on to the next question. Every era na brings with it अपना ही प्रकार का content. इस पूरे 2020 में भी काफी अपना प्रकार का content निकला है. कुछ directors कोशिश करते हैं अपने आप को you know, to sort of redefine themselves with time. Are you scared कि शायद David Dhawan as a director will not work in the era that we are in, जहाँ पे content अलग प्रकार से consume हो रहा है?
The fact that David Dhawan has been relevant for so many years is a huge thing. And I'm working for my own career. He's working on his own career. The fact that he's remained relevant for so many years, Prerna, just think about it. You know, 25 years back, he was making films. Today he's been making films, and his last three films are Chashme Badur first,
Yeah.
Main Tera Hero, Judwa, and now obviously Coolie No. 1. All three have worked, by the way. All three are hits.
Yeah.
His last three films are also hits.
Yeah.
You know. So the fact is that he's very relevant even today. You know, it doesn't matter who he works with.
You are dancing on a skateboard. मैं skateboard देख के मेरे ankles और मेरे wrist टूट गए हैं. I've had a fracture in my head. How do you do all these antiques, man?
So the latest track that's released is Mummy Kasam.
Yeah.
So we wanted to like kind of push it in that, and Ganesh Master and me, Dad, Ravi K. Chandran, we discussed it a lot कि क्या कर सकते हैं गाने में कि ये सिर्फ एक बस्ती का गाना ना हो, because we've had कितने बस्ती के गाने हुए हमारे. So मास्टर जी said मैं 6 गाड़ियां लगाता हूँ और हम लोग स्टेप करते 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 नीचे आएंगे और करेंगे. So that was very interesting for me in Mummy Kasam.
Has asked me to wrap it up.
What a name, Nirmala.
It's our mother's name also, so don't say anything against
Oh,
it.
I mean, what a beautiful motherly name.
What a lovely
Naam
name.
hai. Nirmala. But it's even glamorous.
It's glamorous.
Nirmala.
अब आप imagine
Don't
a
you
mother in a red sequins dress.